welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to cover the solution for the specific question called spirometrics 2, and at the same time I'm going to briefly repeat the general step you should follow in a coding interview. So let's get started. So remember, in the coding interview, the first step is always try to understand the question, bring up the question if you feel anything unclear to the interviewer, and at the same time think about some edge cases. So let's read through this problem. Given a positive integer n generated n by n matrix filled with elements from 1 to n squared in the spiral order. So for example, for this one, we are going to fill in the matrix, fill in the square using the number from 1 to 9, something like this. So there isn't too much room to find a solution, but in general, the next step is talk about the solution with your interviewer, discuss about runtime space analysis, and also get an agreement before proceeding to do some coding work. So for coding, care about the speed, the correctness, and the readability. And also, after you're done with coding, don't forget to set up the test cases to test your code. Or you can just go through some examples to briefly explain how this piece of code is going to work, do some sanity check. So let's go through this piece of code together. So essentially, you're going to have a matrix, and by a matrix initialized to be returned finally. And still, it is like a layer by layer iteration. So you think the layer, something like peel the onion. So the first layer for this example is this, the outside layer, and the second one is the inner circle. So we have the iter, which is like the counter for the number we are going to fill in for each of the cell within the matrix. So we need to make sure that we are only iterating no more than n squared times, which means we are not going to refill the matrix. If we refill the matrix, then it is going to cause some issue because it may not be from 1 to 9. So instead, it may be some larger things. So those while loop conditions and this if condition is to make sure that we don't overfill the matrix. So the first layer, it's from the left to the right for the top row, and this for loop is to fill in the right column. So like in this case, it's to fill in the 4 and 5. This one, it is to fill in the bottom row, and in this case, the first layer, it is to fill in the 6 and 7. This for loop is to fill in the left column. So in the first layer for this example, it is filling the 8, and then finally we plus the layer. So that's it for this coding question. And okay, so I forgot to do the runtime analysis. So apparently the runtime is going to be n squared because we just go through each of the number from 1 to n squared just once. So that's it for this coding question. If you have any question about the solution or about whatever, feel free to leave some comments below. So if you like this video, please help subscribe to this channel. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.